Good afternoon, everyone. Gabe Velazquez here with you, transparenttradesolutions.com on a Tuesday, 24th March. Market's just chopping around. As we know what happened over the weekend. That pop here in the markets didn't last too long. We given back some of that this morning. Let's get right into the charts. I apologize. Last session for whatever reason, the charts didn't show up. So starting with the S&P, um, we had obviously with the news that the uh, there were some talks with the Iranians and the war might end, essentially the taco trade or whatever they're calling it. We had this big pop, and you can see we gave most of it back, about half of it back, and we're just kind of been chopping around really since Monday morning. You can see just kind of back and forth. Uh, Levels to look at on the S&P. I'm doing this again at noon Pacific, so there's about an hour before the close. Probably the first level you want to look at is 6,800, which we've been keying on here at TTS. If we can break above that, then I think, we're probably going to challenge the highs. Conversely, obviously the lows from Sunday are going to be key. So those are really the two levels to look at. Also, just one quick note here. I've been talking and writing about just simply because it's a kind of kind of everybody looks at this. The fact that we're below the 200-day on the SPX, if we can't close above that this week, that is also going to raise some eyebrows, and we'll see whether it's one of these kind of numbers where it rallies up to there, and then we had Liberation Day. Well, obviously remains to be seen, but this is also worth watching. Level on the SPX is going to be 66.28. So keep an eye on that. NASDAQ, similarly, we've got software getting hit today, which is pressuring the NASDAQ here. And similarly, you've got 25, 200 is the resistance. And now we've got the lows from Sunday. We're kind of essentially in no man's land with short-term resistance at 24,750 and a supply zone at 24,840. So those are the levels on the NASDAQ. Bitcoin dead in the water, still can't break out. Clearly now 77K is going to be the break out to the upside. And if it breaks below 65,500, then you're basically going to retest the lows at 60K. VIX just basically hanging also, which is really interesting. Looks like it probably needs to jump up to 35 or 40. What's going to cause that? Obviously, nobody knows, and to get a washout. So keep an eye on that. Rates continue to climb. Let's see if they break 445. That's also going to be another tailwind for stocks. So we want to watch on the daily charts here. This is the 10-year yields. We want to watch 446, 450 essentially to see how rates do here. And obviously, if we climb above that, there is that remote possibility we go back up and test these highs up here. So this is also worth watching. Clearly, everything is predicated on oil. Oil dropped on the news over the weekend, and now we are forming another range. We're in this range. We broke down now that old support, if you will, at 92, somewhat, obviously not exact, but is acting as resistance right here. So if oil can break above 93.28 and start rallying back up here, that is also probably going to pressure stocks. So it's important that oil stays here and then drops and then maybe even tests $80. I think that's the next key level on oil. So those are really the important markets at the moment. Gold, which is really also another market that's somewhat interesting now on the buy side. We did have that massive break when it broke 5K. We had that huge rebound off of 41K in on Sunday, and now we're consolidating. So it's gonna again similarly, we're in kind of this area where if it can hold here around above 43K, I think we get a rally in gold back up to 5K. So this is worth watching as well. Silver, not really as clean on the levels. I think silver is more like $60 an ounce. Um, and that really is the summary of all the markets. Obviously, under the surface, there's all kinds of stuff going on. Software getting hurt today. We got stocks like Palantir down, you know, ServiceNow at 100, and so on and so forth. So that, as we close out this week, we are going to go 4 weeks into the war. The further we go without any kind of resolution, I think pressure is mounting for that thing to end, because of what's the Straits of Hormuz and whatever. And the only thing that's really going to cause prices of oil to drop is if we basically announce that we're going to withdraw troops entirely. There's that 5 day, but that's really so. I think as we close in on the end of this week and into the end of the month, uh, something's going to give here. Okay, either we pull out and everything goes back to oil getting crushed and right back down to 80, 70, or we're gonna have bigger issues. So in any event, sign up for the newsletter, um, put up some comments below, and I'll see you on Friday. Take care.